I'm Michelle with 2 L's.
And I'm Natalie the Red.
And we are Force of Light Entertainment. And today we're back for another first time watching reaction. Yes, today we're here to watch a movie that neither one of us have seen. It is a comedy mystery thriller, Clue. This has been recommended. Shout out to Greg. Greg,
Greg Kirby.
Yeah, you didn't give up, Greg.
You didn't give up, and we didn't give up, and here we are.
But he's one of them. But other people as well have recommended this movie. It sounds fun, comedy kind of thriller. It sounds good to me. But I'm guessing we're gonna have to figure out who murdered who in this movie. I don't know anything else about it. But before we get started, if you have not yet subscribed to Force of Light Entertainment, and
what are you waiting on?
Yes, and you enjoy movie reactions, you enjoy movie reviews, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Help us on our way to 50K. And also give the video a thumbs up and ring the notification bell. But without any further ado, let's check out Clue. I feel like I played the game Clue as a kid. Did you ever play it?
Is that related to this?
Based on
yeah. Right as I say that.
Yeah, I thought it was. She's getting it in there.
She really is. Look at that dance.
There's a joke I could make, but I will refrain. That's a skimpy maid,
costume
or outfit.
Everything all right, Mrs. Ho?
Dinner will be ready at 7:30.
Good evening. Good evening. I don't know if... Yes, indeed, sir. You are expected, Colonel. It is Colonel Mustard, isn't it? No, that's not my name. You may well feel obliged to my employer for the use of an alias. And who are you, sir? I'm Wadsworth, sir. The butler. Do come in, madam. You are expected. You are to be known as Mrs. White.
Yes, it said so in the letter.
Everyone's smelling the dog poop.
May I introduce you? Mrs. White, this is Yvette, the maid.
Just like that one guy just got hit by the door. She knew it would work.
I'm late for dinner date.
Me too. Where are you going?
Let's see.
It's Christopher Lloyd.
Hill House, off Route 41.
That's where I'm going. I got a letter like this.
And this is Mrs. Peacock.
Is this the right address to meet Mr. Body?
Oh, you must be Mr. Green.
Yes.
Sit!
That must be it.
Looks lovely.
What a godforsaken place.
Ooh.
It's a little bold.
Mr. Plum and Miss Scarlett, I didn't realize you were acquainted.
We weren't.
May I present Professor Plum and Miss Scarlett? Of course, since you've each been addressed by a pseudonym, you'll have realized that nobody here is being addressed by their real name. Dinner. You'll find your names beside your places. Please be seated. What's for you? Oh, indeed, no, sir. I'm merely a humble butler. What exactly do you do? I buttle, sir.
So is this for our host?
No, sir, for the 7th guest, Mr. Body.
I thought Mr. Body was our host. Well, someone's got to break the ice, and it might as well be me. I mean, I'm used to being a hostess. It's part of my husband's work. So I'm perfectly prepared to start the ball rolling. I mean, I have absolutely no idea what we're doing here. Very intrigued, and oh my, this soup's delicious, isn't it? Oh, but then I forgot we're not supposed to say who we really are. Though, heavens to Betsy, I don't know why.
I know who you are. I work in Washington, too.
Washington? So you're a politician's wife?
Yes, I am. So what does your husband do?
Nothing.
Just
Lies around on his back all day.
Sounds like hard work to me. So, what do you do in Washington, D.C., Mr. Green? I mean, how are we to get acquainted if we don't say anything about ourselves?
Perhaps he doesn't want to get acquainted with you.
Well, I'm sure I don't know, but if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going...
Oh my gosh.
Here in an
That guy.
You seem to suffer from what we call pressure of speech.
We? Are you a shrink?
I do know a little bit about psychological medicine, yes.
So what do you do, Professor?
I work for, the United Nations Organization, the World Health Organization.
Well, what is your area of special concern?
Family planning.
You're not going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
Have we met before?
I've certainly seen you before, although you may not have seen me.
Does this mean that you live in Washington?
I think I know what she does in Washington.
Anyone here not earn their living from the government one way or another?
Wadsworth, where's our host and why we've been brought here?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mr. Body?
You can take that away, honey.
I demand to know what's going on. Now, why have we all been dragged up here to this horrible place?
Mr. Body will bring to an end a certain long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability.
No, thanks, Yvette. I just think
Now, how did you know her name?
we know each other. Don't we, do?
May I suggest we adjourn to the study for coffee and brandy? At which point I believe our unknown host will reveal his intentions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm instructed to explain to you what you all have in common with each other.
It's a hoax. I suggest we all leave.
I'm sorry, sir, you cannot leave this house!
No? Who's gonna stop me?
Please return to the study. Everything will be explained. You too, Mr. Body. You can't get out that way.
Why not? It's only glass.
Oh.
What was that thing? Oh, it was the
Dog.
dog.
Well, it was a different type of dog, though. So they got
Yeah.
dogs in the front and back.
Ladies and gentlemen, you all have one thing in common. You're all being blackmailed. And none of you know who's blackmailing you.
I mean, nobody could blackmail me. My life is an open book. I've never done anything wrong.
I'm sure that's true.
Professor Plum, you were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in helping paranoid and
I
homicidal...
bet I know what he got blackmailed on.
His license to practice has been lifted, correct?
Why?
You know what doctors aren't allowed to do with their lady patients?
Yeah.
Well, he did. The payment is delivered by slipping used greenbacks in plain envelopes under the door of the men's room. How would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
You've been paying blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers. What did you do?
Well, to be perfectly frank, I run a specialized hotel and a telephone service which provide gentlemen with the company of a young lady.
That's what I thought.
What's the phone number?
Oh my gosh. Too fast.
Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
Not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Ha so it is true.
You mean you have photographs? That sounds like a confession to me.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
Don't need any help from me, sir.
That's right.
That's right.
Colonel, you drive a very expensive car for someone who lives on a colonel's pay.
I don't. I came into money during the war when I lost my mommy and daddy.
Mrs. White, you've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
That's why he was lying on his back in his coffin.
I didn't kill him.
You miss him?
Well, it's a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I have a life.
Oh gosh.
I'm not going to wait for Wadsworth here to unmask me. I work for the State Department, and I'm a homosexual.
That's not what he's gonna say.
It just leaves Mr. Body.
What's your little secret?
He's the one who's blackmailing you all.
I thought I saw an outline of someone else behind someone.
Gentlemen, pipe them out. Pipe me a bastard!
You've all admitted how he's been able to blackmail you. All you have to do is tell the police he'll be convicted and your troubles will be over.
You'll never tell the police.
Then I shall. I have evidence in my possession, and this conversation is being tape recorded. Police will be here in about 45 minutes. Tell them the truth, and Mr.
a long
Body will
time.
be behind bars.
Who can guess what's in here? Huh?
The evidence against us, no doubt. What's this for?
Oh. Can't be good.
So they all have a form of, yeah. harm. The reveals.
In your hands, you each have a lethal weapon. If you denounce me to the police, you will also be exposed and humiliated. If one of you kills Wadsworth now, no one but the 7 of us will ever know. He has the key to the front door, which he said would only be opened over his dead body. I suggest we take him up on that offer. The only way to avoid finding yourselves on the front pages is for one of you to kill Wadsworth.
It's not Wadsworth.
Is he alive?
Mr. Body. Stand back! Come here! Let me see. He's dead.
What? Oh, who had the gun?
I did.
Then you shot him.
I didn't.
Well, you had the gun. If you didn't shoot him, who did?
Nobody. Look, there's no gunshot wound. Somebody tried to grab the gun from me in the dark and the gun went off.
Look, there's a bullet hole here in the wall.
See that?
How did he die?
I don't know. Maybe he was poisoned.
Sit down, Miss.
Oh.
I had to stop her from screaming.
Looks like we'll never know.
Unless she dies too.
You probably want to make yourself throw up if you think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that helped, but it better than nothing.
Probably could in some cases.
You're alive.
No thanks to you.
What do you mean?
You locked me up with a murder, you idiot. He's what Mrs. White said in the study. One of you is the killer.
How did you know he said that?
I was listening.
Come back to the study with us.
With the murder.
There is safety in numbers, my dear.
This is absolutely terrible. It's not what I'd intended.
Not what you intended.
So you're not the butler?
I'm not the butler, but I'm a butler. In fact, I was his butler.
Why did you invite us here to meet your late employer? Were you assisting him to blackmail us?
Certainly not.
When I said that I was Mr. Body's butler, this was both true and misleading. I was once his butler.
When did it come to an end?
When my wife decided to end her life, she too was being blackmailed by this odious man. He believed that you were all thoroughly un-American.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. It did look sturdy.
For some reason, he felt that it was inappropriate for a senator to have a corrupt wife, for a wife to emasculate her husband, and so forth. He decided to put his information to good use and make a little money out of it. What could be more American than that? I was a victim, too. At least my wife was. She had friends who were socialists. But Mr. Body threatened to give my wife's name to the House Un-American Activities Committee unless she named them. She refused, and so he blackmailed her. The suicide of my wife preyed on my mind and created a sense of injustice in me. Get everyone face to face, confront Mr. Body with his crimes, and then turn him over to the police.
So, everything is explained.
How can we possibly find out which of you did it?
What do you mean, which of you did it?
Well, I didn't do it.
Maybe it wasn't one of us.
Well, who else could it have been?
Who else is in the house?
Only the cook.
He's not here.
Ooh.
Somebody help me, please.
She just took him to the ground.
Would literally be dead weight. Literally.
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
If I was the killer, I would kill you next.
Oh?
I said if. If. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women's?
Yours.
5.
5.
Yes, just the 5.
Just a 5.
Who had the dagger anyway? It was you, Mrs. Peacock, wasn't it?
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study.
Where?
I don't know, but any of you could have picked it up.
I suggest we take the cook's body into the study.
Why?
I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
Look! What? The body's gone! Huh?
Well, who's there?
Nobody.
What do you mean?
Nobody. Nobody. That's what we mean.
Nobody.
He couldn't have been dead.
He was. At least I thought he was. But
Life after death is as improbable as sex after marriage.
Maybe Mr.
This lady.
Body killed the cook.
No, I just want to powder my nose. Thank you.
What's this, Wadsworth?
Where's she going to? This peacock's up to something.
What sort of pictures are they?
They are my pictures, and I'd like them back, please.
No, I'm afraid there's something in them that concerns me, too.
Let me see.
Nobody can get into that position.
Sure they can. Let me show you.
Get off me.
Mr. Bobby! He's attacking her!
I think he's dead. Yeah.
She's going to faint. Sorry, cancer! I'll catch you. Fall into my arms.
That was good.
He's got new injuries. Well, he's certainly dead now. We're trying to find out who killed him, and where, and with what. There's no need to shout. I'm not shouting! All right, I am. I'm shouting, I'm shouting, I'm shouting!
What? He's gone.
Now they're just the two bodies still.
Right.
Careful, don't get blood on the sofa.
How do we do this? The dagger will go further into her back.
Tip her forward over the arm. Now, Mr. Body.
You're not supposed to move the bodies either. He's just gonna rest there. She is too.
Let's put them all in this cupboard and lock it. There's a homicidal maniac about.
I think
Good
that's a
idea,
good idea.
Sorry, my car broke down out here, and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Just a minute.
Not suspicious at all.
It'd be so awkward. I'd be like, never mind, I'm fine.
Where is it?
What, the body?
The phone. What body?
But there's no body.
But I think there's a phone in the lounge.
Thank you.
Where's the key? In my pocket.
Not that key, the key to the cupboard with the weapons.
Do you still wish me to throw it away?
Yes!
What if he throws the wrong key?
Is there someone else, or isn't there? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is?
Oh my gosh.
Let him stay in the house. He may get suspicious.
If we throw him out, he may get even more suspicious. If I were him, I'd be suspicious already. Well, there is still some confusion as to whether or not there's anybody else in this house. I told you there isn't. There isn't any confusion, or there isn't any...
Oh my gosh.
Or both.
What was the question? Is there anybody else in the house? No! What he says.
But it is dark upstairs, and I am frightened of the dark. Will anyone go with me?
I will. I will. I suggest we all draw lots for partners.
The two shortest together, the next two shortest together. Agreed? And I suggest the two shortest search the cellar and so on up.
Ladies first.
No, thanks.
Why did you say no thanks and then go?
Stay there.
Over to here.
It's behind one of those curtains.
You look. I'll search the kitchen.
But who is this?
The plot thickens.
Well, it's clearly the murderer.
I'm a little nervous. I'm in this big house, and I've been locked into the lounge. There's a whole group of people here having some sort of party. One of them is my old boss from...
Interesting.
Looks like a secret passage. I'll go first. I've had a good life.
just confined to it.
Yeah. It's all good.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
The door's locked.
I know.
Then unlock it.
Where's the key?
The key's gone.
Let us in! Let us in! Let us out! Let us out!
I'm just gonna have to break it down.
It's like a pretty heavy duty door.
It does.
We're doing our best.
Gosh.
No, please. I've been shot.
Yeah, you didn't tell him to move.
I've been shot.
Why are you shooting that thing at us?
To get you out.
Oh, no, 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 no.
I can't take any more scares.
Okay.
Which one of you did it? We found him. Together.
It's not the same gun.
From the cupboard?
But it was locked.
No, it was unlocked.
Unlocked?
How did you know it was unlocked? How did you know that you could get at the gun?
I would break it open, but it was open already.
A likely story.
The key. You.
Good evening, sir. I found an abandoned car down near the gates of this house. Did the driver come in here for any help by any chance?
No.
You all seem to be very anxious about something.
It's a chandelier. It fell down, almost killed us. Would you like to come this way, please, sir? Frightfully drafty, these old houses. Not the cognac, just in case.
Just in case of what?
We should have told him.
Oh, very well for you to say that now.
I said it then.
Shut up!
Maybe the cop answered it.
And who shall I say is calling? Get me out of here! I'll book you for false arrest and wrongful imprisonment and murder!
Murder.
I just said it so you would open the door. And why would you lock me in? And why are you receiving phone calls from J. Edgar Hoover?
Why is J. Edgar Hoover on your phone? I didn't know. He's on everybody else's. Why shouldn't he be on mine?
I get what he meant.
Mind if I look around?
Sure. You can show him the dining room, the kitchen, the ballroom.
Fine.
They're so convincing.
This is the dining room.
No kidding. What's going on in those two rooms?
Which two rooms?
Those two rooms.
Oh, those two rooms.
Yes.
I don't think you should go in there.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
Oh. Man, she went there.
I mean, good idea.
Oh my gosh, he went there too.
It's not all that shocking.
His face.
It's not all that shocking.
My gosh.
Excuse me. This man's drunk. Dead drunk.
Dead drunk.
You're not gonna drive home, are you?
He won't be driving home, officer. I promise you that.
We'll get him a car.
A long black car.
A limousine. Oh! I wonder where this one goes.
Well, let's find out.
Sweetheart, hello again. Shaboom, and hope we'll meet again.
Who is it? Like, I can't figure this out.
No.
Ah! Don't you touch me!
Did anyone recognize you?
They must have, and not just my face.
It's you!
Oh.
But I have a feeling that I'm in danger. You know that big, ugly house on top? Hello?
Oh.
Are you there?
Da-da-da-da-da. I am your singing telegram.
Oh.
What?
What was that?
Coming! I'm coming! What's this? Another door?
We're over it at this point. Oh, yeah.
Man, they're just piling up now.
Wow.
I thought I heard the front door slam.
Oh, God. The murderer must have run out.
Oh, no.
3 murders. 6 altogether. This is getting serious.
You think?
Yeah.
I know who did it. You do? And furthermore, I'm going to tell you how it was all done.
Feels like the only one who could do it if...
At the start of the evening, Yvette was here by herself, waiting to offer you all a glass of champagne. Then I hurried across to the kitchen.
It feels like he's the only one who could have pulled this off.
Right.
Yvette met you and smiled and poured you a drink. And I introduced Mrs. White to Colonel Mustard. Hello, hello. And I noticed that Mrs. White and Yvette flinched. And then the Gordon struck by the cook. And we went into the dining room.
So I retrace my steps sometimes to find something.
We all revealed we'd all received a letter, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had a letter, and you'd had a letter. Here, and Colonel Mustard, and Mrs. White. You all opened your presents. Mr. Body switched out the lights. Oh, grand. Mr. Body lay on the floor, apparently dead. The bullet grazed his ear. Clearly his best hope of escaping death was to protect...
Did he just put his own head back?
Mrs. Peacock took a drink. You said, maybe it's poisoned. She screams. Mr. Green. Yvette, the billiard room. We all rushed out. But one of us wasn't here. Maybe one of us was murdering the cook. Who wasn't here? Do you know? I do. While we stood here, one of us could have stayed in the study, picked up the dagger, and stabbed the cook.
Oh, how could he risk it? We might have seen him running back.
Not if they used this secret passage. How did you know? This house belongs to a friend of mine I've known all along.
So you could be the murderer.
Don't be ridiculous.
Why was the cook murdered? She had nothing to do with Mr. Body.
Of course she did. Before he could blackmail anyone, Mr. Body had to discover their guilty secret. The cook and Yvette were his accomplices. I was Mr. Body's butler. That the cook had worked for one of you.
Who?
You recognized Yvette, didn't you?
My husband had an affair with her, but I didn't care. I wasn't jealous.
You knew Yvette too, didn't you?
Yes, she worked for me.
You all had a motive.
But where and when was Mr. Body killed?
Don't you see?
Mr. Body been on the floor. He jumped up. The murderer came out of the secret panel, picked up the candlestick.
The murderer crept up behind him and killed him. Will you stop that?
He threw him into the toilet.
So who wasn't there the entire time in the kitchen?
Whoever it was is the murderer.
Colonel Mustard has a top-secret Pentagon job. Mrs. White's husband was a nuclear physicist.
He's working on the secret of the next fusion bomb.
How did you know that?
Can you keep a secret?
Yes.
So can I.
What was the secret?
Can you keep a secret? So can I.
Bad luck that motorist arrived at that moment.
It wasn't luck. I invited him.
You did?
Of course, it's obvious.
He was my driver during the war.
And what was he holding over you?
He knew that I was a war profiteer. I stole essential Air Force radio parts, and I sold them. That does not make me a murderer.
Well, a lot of our airmen died because their radios didn't work.
And the singing telegram girl?
She was my patient once. I had an affair with her.
Of course.
That's how I lost my license. Mr. Body found that out, too.
Let's put her in the study with the others.
Gosh.
Whoever killed Mr. Body also wanted his accomplices dead. On the desk was the envelope from Mr. Body. The evidence of Mr. Body's network of informants.
Where is the envelope now?
Gone. Destroyed. Perhaps in the fire. Having found out the whole story, the murderer went to the cupboard, unlocked it with the key,
Shot the door open. Bang! And then the doorbell rang.
Good evening. Have you ever given any thought to the kingdom of heaven?
What?
Armageddon is almost upon us.
I got news for you. It's already here.
Cop arrived next. We locked him in the library, and the murderer switched off the electricity.
Oh, my God. None of us killed Mr. Body or the cook.
So who did?
The one person who wasn't with us, Yvette.
That!
She was in the billiard room listening to our conversation, picked up the dagger, ran to the kitchen, and stabbed the cook. We didn't hear the cook scream, because Mrs. Peacock was screaming about the poisoned brandy. Then Yvette ran to the billiard room. We all ran to the kitchen to see the cook. Yvette hid in the study to check that Mr. Body was dead. He got up. She hit him on the head with a candlestick and dragged him to the toilet. She was acting under orders from the person who later killed her. Who? It was her employer, Miss Garnett.
That's a lie.
Is it? You killed a motorist when we split up to search the house.
How could I have known about the secret passage?
Easy. Yvette told you. You switched off the electricity. It was easy for you here on the ground floor. Strangled Yvette, ran to the library, killed the cop, recognized the singing telegram from her photograph, and shot her.
You've no proof.
The gun is missing. Whoever has the gun is the murderer.
Brilliantly worked out, Wadsworth.
Now, there's one thing I don't understand. One? The whole town would be implicated if you were exposed.
I don't think they know my real business. My business is secrets. The secrets of Senator Peacock's Defense Committee, Colonel Mustard's fusion bomb.
So, it is political. You're a communist.
I'm a capitalist, and I'm going to sell my secrets, your secrets, to the highest bidder.
And it's no good blackmailing me, madam. I have no more money.
And neither do I. You can pay me in government information. All of you. You, as a mere butler, have no access to government secrets. So.
I do have a secret or two.
Oh, yeah, such as.
The game's up, Scarlett. There are no more bullets left in that gun.
There's one bullet left in this gun, and guess who's gonna get it? Oh!
I'm only a guest.
Wadsworth, well done. I did warn you, my dear. Mr. Hoover is an expert on Armageddon.
Don't hate me for trying to shoot you.
Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. There are no bullets left in this gun, you see? 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1
No!
is...
Okay, good.
It's fine.
Good.
That's how it could have happened?
But how about this?
Strangle Yvette! Hit the cop on the head with a lead pipe! Then, coming out of the library, the doorbell rang. It was a singing telegram. And ran back to the cellar! The cellar! Yes!
But Colonel Mustard wasn't in the cellar.
But you were. You murdered them all. You were the person who was missing when the cook and Mr. Body were murdered.
So it was all nothing to do with the disappearing nuclear physicist and Colonel Mustard's work on the new fusion bomb.
Mrs. Peacock did it all.
There's no proof.
The gun is missing. Whoever has the gun is the murderer.
Very well. What do you propose to do about it?
But the police will be here any minute. What happens then?
Why should the police come? Nobody's called them. We stack the bodies in the cellar and pretend that none of this has ever happened. In fact, I think we all owe you a vote of thanks. For she's a jolly good fellow. She's a jolly good fellow. Which nobody can deny. Which nobody can deny. But she's a jolly good fellow. But she's a jolly... I told you I didn't do it. My phone call from Mr. Hoover? I work for him, of course. How else could I have known everything about you all?
Who was Mrs. Peacock taking bribes from?
A foreign power. Her husband, the senator, has influence over defense contracts.
But is the FBI in the habit of cleaning up after multiple murder?
Yes. Why do you think it's run by a man called Hoover?
Oh, Mrs. Peacock, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Okay, take her away.
Oh, as an undercover FBI agent.
Like the Mounties, we always get our man.
Mrs. Peacock was a man?
But here's what really happened.
Didn't mean to frighten anyone.
You're a bit late for that!
Then there were 3 more murders. You knew that Mr. Body was still alive. Even psychiatrists can tell the difference between patients who are alive or dead. That's how you were able to kill him later.
He was the missing person in the kitchen after we found the cook dead.
I didn't.
You don't expect us to believe that.
You killed the cook. She used to be your cook, and she informed on you to Mr. Body. You took the key to the weapons cupboard out of my pocket. Then you suggested that we all split up, took the wrench, ran to the conservatory, entered the lounge through the secret passage, killed the motorist with a blow on the head. Like that!
Incredible! Not so incredible as what happened next.
She fell.
You hurried downstairs and turned off the electricity, got the rope from the open cupboard, and throttled Yvette.
I killed Yvette. I hated her so much. The
But while we were in the billiard room, Miss Scarlett seized the opportunity and under cover of darkness crossed to the library where she hit the
So they all did something?
with a lead pipe. True or false?
True.
The gun is missing. Whoever's got the gun shot the girl.
I shot her.
Ah.
You're Mr. Body.
So who did I kill?
My butler.
Oh, shucks.
I'm grateful to you all for disposing of my network of spies and informers.
I wondered if he was the guy.
The police will be here any minute. You'll never get away with this, any of you.
Why should the police come? Nobody's called them. We'll stack the bodies in the cellar, lock it, leave quietly one at a time.
They'll just go on blackmailing us all.
Of course.
Why not? Tell you why not.
Good shot, Green. Oh, very good.
I'm a plant.
A plant? I thought men like you were usually called a fruit.
Very funny. FBI.
I told you I didn't do it.
All right, who done it?
He did.
They all did it. If you want to know who killed Mr. Body, I did. Okay, Chief, take him away.
He's
I'm
like
gonna
so
go home and
proud.
sleep with my wife.
The last twist. And that was Clue.
Well, that was fun.
It was fun. Natalie, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I liked it. I mean, I'm not always necessarily.
I'm more of a murder mystery than her.
than the like the whodunit type thing.
Yeah, or yeah, whodunits, yeah.
But I enjoyed this one. I thought it was fun. I thought some of the quirky comedy really worked at times, you know. So overall, I thought it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. It definitely kind of gets going. It is
It gets to a certain point and then it really picks up.
It does. She used the word quirky. It is very quirky humor,
Very.
which I like. I really like quirky humor. Probably the standout for me is, what is his name? The butler, and what's his name in real life?
I think his name's Tim Curry.
Yeah, I think that's right. He went for me was the standout. I think Natalie liked Miss Peacock the best, or I don't know. But yeah, they all did their job very well.
But even like the female murderer, you know, or the one that had all the like.
Which one? They all were.
That's true.
Yeah, she was good.
But she was good. Just some of the kind of her bold choices in comedy, just to make certain sounds, or like yeah, she did a really good job, I thought too.
Well, and especially too, since this was based off of just a board game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just to do something like this, kind of a comedy, very original. It was, I enjoyed it. I had fun with this movie. So Natalie, out of 5 hoots, 5 being the max level of hoots, how many hoots do you give Clue?
I'm gonna give Clue 4.5 hoots.
Okay, she gives it.
I don't know. I'm between 4 and 4.5. But I'll go 4.5.
Do you know
I'm feeling generous?
Do you know I'm between 4 and 4.5? We're like, we give it 4.2 hoots.
Yes, 4.2. That sounds right.
Or 4.2 and a half hoots. Just to
and
truly,
1 decimal.
Yeah, just to be truly in the half or in between there. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this. So we're gonna make up 4 and 2.5.
2.5 and a decimal hoots.
Yes, it was good. It was fun. In fact, someone had told us that when they put this in theaters, that they had the 3 different endings, and each theater got a different ending.
Oh wow!
And
that's really cool.
I don't know when they put it all. You guys will have to let me know when they put it like all together, where everyone got to see all 3 endings.
That was different. You know,
Yeah,
like creative.
Definitely. So it'd be interesting to like for other. It'd been interesting had you been in like one ending and then to find out like from other people there was a different ending. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, you're talking about the end of the movie and you're like, wait a minute, did we see the same
Yeah,
movie?
you're like, wait, what? Who? But yeah, so you guys will have to let me know. So share your thoughts. What do you guys think of Clue? Did you see it in theater? And if you saw it in theater, like what ending did you get? If I'm right on that, I was told that. But share your thoughts below. And if you have not yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also give this video a thumbs up. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be a force of light. All right. Bye, guys.